If you have crypto spread across multiple chains, checking your portfolio means hopping between block explorers, connecting wallets to different dApps, and trying to mentally add up your net worth becomes a fragmented, complicated process. But what if you could just paste in your wallet address and instantly see everything? Total net worth, a breakdown between chains, and every token live price, all in one view. In this video, I'll show you how to vibe code a universal cross-chain portfolio tracker using Claude Code and the Moralis Wallet API. One wallet, one chain, complete visibility. Let's get started. All right, the first thing we need to do is set this project up. So let's open up a terminal, and then we have to navigate to our desktop. And then on our desktop, we're going to create a folder and call it Moralis Cross-Chain Portfolio. And then let's go into that folder. And then inside of this folder, we're going to run this command. And what this command is going to do, it's going to install the open source GitHub repository by Moralis called Onchain Skills. What this allows us to do is it allows basically Claude to read our documentation at Moralis and understand how to work with our APIs, which is very important when building out projects. It's important to read documentation in general, but especially for LLMs like Claude, they need to have access to as much context as possible. So that's why I'm going through this process. I'm setting this up and I'm just installing it. And now at this point, the project is all set up and ready to go. And now we just have a few more things we need to include in our project before we can start coding. So next, we just need to open this up into a code editor. So we can clear this out and type cursor. And inside of here, we need to create two files. We need a .env file, which is going to have a variable called Moralis API key. And you're going to paste your API key from Moralis right here. And I'll show you how to do that soon. And then you need a .getignore file, which you just have .env inside there. That just hides your private keys and your sensitive variables from Git. So the way you get your API key is you go to moralis.com. And when you log in, you're going to get brought to this admin portal here. And here you can find your API key. So you just copy that API key here. You go back to the project and you paste the API key here. Again, I'm not gonna do this on screen, but that's where you would paste it. And then this project is all set and ready to go. And the really fun part comes. We can start talking to Claude. So we can just tell Claude exactly what we want. For example, we can type out, create a portfolio tracker that is cross-chain and uses the Moralis Wallet API. Read the on-chain skills. And I'm going to add a little bit more context of the features that I want out of this app, because the more context you give these LLMs, the better your results are. And that's why these on-chain skills I install in every one of these projects, because the results are just fantastic. And that really comes down to Claude actually understanding how to work with the Moralis APIs. And when I add these features, like a feature list here, it totally, it's like taking two ingredients and it's putting everything together. So both of them are essential. And that's why I give Claude as much context as I do. And right now I'm just going through the process of accepting. It's going to be reading the skills soon, which is great. It's going to understand how to use the APIs, and it's going to start building out and implementing all the features that we want. So let's just sit back and let Claude build this out for us, and we'll show the result very soon. All right, guys, Claude is all done. So I just typed in launch this app in a browser. So let's see what it created. Oh, I see here. Check this out. Oh, clean. I love clean and just straight to the point. So it looks like we have this cross-chain portfolio dash, this landing page, and we can just we can paste in a wallet address here and click track and see what happens. Oh, check this out. This is nice. So we got a total net worth section. It looks like we have a little chart here, which looks great. 24-hour performance. Chain breakdown, asset allocation shows us all the assets in this wallet and which chain we're on. So this is the most important thing, is it's tracking across multiple chains, all Ethereum L2s and obviously native Ethereum. That's exactly what we wanted. And the way it did that is really by Claude understanding how to work with the Moralis API, specifically the wallet APIs. So that's fantastic. And now we can see a full breakdown of the chains and all the assets and tokens on the chain. So if we just click Ethereum, we're getting 100 tokens for this wallet just on Ethereum. So this is great. It's a full breakdown here And then we can go to Optimism and see those tokens too. Everything that's on Optimism, it shows us the chain, 24-hour performance. I mean, this is great. This is all coming from, obviously, the Moralis Wallet API and the data that it provides. So it's just fantastic. If we go to Base, we got some tokens there. Arbitrum tokens. So this is the kind of thing you can build in a matter of like 5 to 10 minutes with Claude and the Moralis APIs. I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic. And you get this clean breakdown, a pie chart. And this is just one example. I mean, you can create tons of different things, especially with the wallet APIs. I mean, you can create just any type of portfolio dashboard. What's powerful specifically about this is it's cross-chain. So we're getting data from different L2s. I mean, this is so useful for wallets. If you wanted to create something like a wallet or some sort of DeFi dash that had DeFi capabilities, and you want to see your performance across different chains in a certain address. So these are just type of examples that we can do. In order to get started, you really just got to go to Moralis.com, create an account or log in, and get your API key. Once you can do that, you just take your API key like I showed you, you paste that into your project, and you can start building these really cool applications soon and start shipping them to your users. Or if you're already an enterprise user, you can just implement these APIs and get the data you need for your clients. All right, quick recap. Today, we built a universal cross-chain portfolio tracker that shows assets from an address across different Ethereum L2s and native Ethereum, obviously. You can track things like NFTs, DeFi positions, and the most important thing is just seeing the transparency across different networks. This is just one example of what you can build with the Moralis APIs. I mean, you can create a mobile app that has this type of feature. You can also create NFT holdings or watch lists that could see different assets across different chains. So what I would recommend to you is, if this is interesting, just grab your Moralis API key today at Moralis.com and start building the projects that you want for your users. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.